Hey y'all, my name is Taylor. I'm a therapist and I work at HeartSupport. I love metal music, so let's react to some new metal music. We are blessed because Bless the Fall is back and hopefully better than ever. I'm sure that we will see. This new song is called Wake the Dead, so let's watch it, react to it, and then we're going to talk about the lyrics in a way that can hopefully help you improve your mental health. Let's get into it. Wow. Let's get into it. Okay, the first one that really stuck out to me is I've been waking over every word you said. That to me sounds like someone who is ruminating. And what that means is basically a fancy word for obsessively thinking about something over and over and over again. It's that feeling where, maybe you think that you said something weird and everyone is judging you, or someone hasn't texted you back, and you keep going over and over and over the situation or the thought in your mind. It's hard to focus on anything else, whether it be work, a friendship, doing a fun activity. That's ruminating. So when I hear that line, I think of someone that's ruminating on all of the things that this person has said to them, has done to them. And when we're ruminating, it can be really challenging to get out of. And it's so easy to say, like, stop thinking about it. But if you ever tried to stop thinking about something, all you do when you tell yourself stop thinking about it is think about it more. Instead, we want to try to create as much distance as possible from the thought by not identifying with it. So in therapy, I talk about like becoming the witness to your thoughts instead of believing that you are your thoughts. So in this situation, if you're ruminating on something, let's use the example of like, someone has said something to you and you keep going over and over it in your mind, trying to overanalyze it for hidden meanings. Then instead of saying, stop thinking about this, maybe instead you say, oh, I noticed that I'm ruminating on this thought without any judgment. I wonder what it is about this situation that is causing me to be so stuck on this thought. And then just get really curious about it without judgment towards it, but just try to take a step away. Like, I notice this is what my mind is doing. That immediately takes you out of like, this is what I'm thinking, this is true, into I notice what my mind is doing. I wonder where this is coming from, why this is so important to me. I wonder if I've ever experienced anything like this before that might be being triggered. I wonder what I am not thinking about because I am focused and ruminating on this thought. I wonder what I am missing because I am ruminating. And just getting really curious, trying to become the observer of the thought instead of identifying with I am the thought. Try that the next time. Let me know how it goes. The next line that sticks out to me is, do you really want to wake the dead? So when I heard this line, I have no clue this is what this song is about, but this is where my mind went, is that it's like a past romantic relationship and someone is trying to come back into their life and say like, I actually want to, be with you or whatever. They're trying to bring it back up. And so it's like, do you really want to wake this dead? Do you really want to begin this thing that was done and buried and over and restart it again? I have literally no clue what that's about, but I do think that's a relatable thing because often when we're grieving something, especially a relationship, there's a period of time where even if we were 100% sure, in the grieving process, there's a, oh my gosh, what if? Like, maybe I should go back. That's a very common experience, whether the relationship was healthy or not. It happens in unhealthy or healthy relationship dynamics where after something is done and after it's grieved and it's over and you've had some space and time apart, people want to come back into that relationship. And sometimes maybe that's the right thing to do. But my encouragement is to think about what are the reasons that, that relationship, that friendship ended, and to ask yourself, are those factors still in play? There are extenuating circumstances where maybe you broke up because of distance and then a period of time goes by and suddenly that distance isn't a factor anymore because maybe you live closer. And then maybe it might have a different outcome. But it's important to remind yourself that your feelings aren't always facts. So just because you feel like you miss someone, that doesn't mean that it's a fact that you should be together or that you should act on that feeling. Feelings aren't the best cues for actions. So if you find yourself feeling something, it may be smarter to take a moment to wait and to go back to, what happened that caused this relationship to end in the first place? Are these factors still there? What has this person shown me in their growth? What have I shown them in my growth? Why do we think that it would be different this time around? That's just what I thought of when I heard this. It could be completely off base, but I like to have a relationship skew on everything because that is what I help a lot of my clients with, is romantic relationships and breakups. In verse 1, there's nothing left on the other side. Too late to apologize. No chance you can make this right. Ooh, forgiveness is a big topic that a lot of people work through in therapy. And we place a lot of pressure around forgiveness of like, you need to forgive this person in order for you to feel better. You need to not forgive this person and hold resentment towards them because they don't deserve your forgiveness. And the thing about forgiveness is, like many things, that it's not one size fits all. And as a therapist, I tend to lead towards the perspective of, if you can forgive, it's not necessarily something that you're giving to the other person. It's a gift that you're giving yourself. Here is what I mean by that. I have a client who is a sexual assault survivor, and she has done a lot of work around wanting to forgive her perpetrator, not because she wants to give that gift to this person, or not because she believes that what they did was right or that they even deserve her forgiveness or that she wants to have contact with this person, but because she feels like holding on to resentment about this situation is only continuing to cause her pain in her own life, and because she also, has recognized maybe some of the things that aren't excuses, but contributed to this person's behavior. Things like maybe not having proper sex education, things like not having any kind of role models, all of these other, kind of factors, as well as this individual's own trauma and traumatic experiences. And so she has decided she wants to forgive this person for what they've done. And I think that's what's really important also about this, is a part of what has allowed her to feel like she is able to forgive this person is because she sees how, although this experience was traumatic, it is something that really shaped her into the person that she is today. She does a lot of work around sexual assault advocacy. She, has helped think about how we teach consent at schools and all of these different things. And she has really, taken her negative experience and tried to help other people who have experienced the same thing. And she feels like the, resentment that she holds towards this person is invalidating in some ways of all the work that she's doing, in the ways that this negative experience, she has created something positive from it. It has nothing to do with the horrible thing this person did and everything to do with her strength. And so she wanted to work on finding forgiveness. And in that case, I think that can be a really beautiful, powerful gift that you can give yourself. And some misconceptions I see around forgiveness are, one, that forgiving someone means that you need to be in continued relationship with them. Forgiveness does not equate a lack of boundaries. You can forgive someone and still decide that they can't be in your life, or you can't be in their life, or that you can only communicate with them when absolutely necessary, or whatever the boundaries that you need to set might be. Forgiveness does not mean that someone gets full, renewed access to you if that is something that they ever had. So that's one. Two, forgiving someone doesn't mean that you need to tell them that you forgive them. You don't actually have to involve the other person in your forgiveness process if that is not something that feels right for you. If it is, then sure. And if it's healthy and that's a safe person, then maybe that would be helpful. But if it's not a safe person, forgiveness, similarly to what I believe around closure, is something that can happen internally and can still be really powerful, and a gift that you give yourself, not the other person. Okay, I freaking love this new Bless the Fall song. I can't wait to hear more. And if you are struggling with anything at all, or could relate to anything that I talked about, comment below, tag @HeartSupport, and share how you're feeling. Our community will provide support and encouragement for you. I love you guys, and I hope you have a great day.